Okay, hi everybody. I'm here to do a divine feminine, divine masculine twin flame reading. The divine feminine in this reading is a Virgo, Leo cusp, and the divine male is Leo, right? Yes. And divine feminine's numerical, her birthday, once I did my figures, the divine feminine in this case is a 4, and the divine masculine is an 11. And together, they are a 6, and 6 is love. So, the divine masculine has the ability to manifest what he wants, and divine feminine is a stable, can provide a stable energy, foundation to build on. So, they're having some difficulties along the path, as we know, we all are having. So, I wanted to do this reading for her, for them both actually, and for the collective. So, just know that this is a twin flame reading, but it is specifically for Leos and Leos and Virgos. I would imagine that would be the best way, and anyone else who's drawn to it. So I'm trying to get first card here to let us know what our masculine energy is embodying. What's he vibing about at this time? Okay. And this is the Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited deck. I'll put the information in the description box below. But they're by Christabel Jessica. So these cards are 44 oracle cards, and they're broken down into 4 sections of 11 each. So it's all geared specifically towards twin flame relationships. And we're going to try to get an energy because I think we are also a little stubborn here, which is part of the frustration that the Divine Feminine is having at this time. So, all right, let's give you a break there, brother. Let's see if we can get something for the Divine Feminine, right? Divine Feminine, thank you. Persephone, goddess of endurance. Putting up with a whole lot of stuff, huh? But you've been persevering. Bottom of the deck, Isis, goddess of magic. Ashe. Ashe. So, maybe we can get him to open up now. Divine masculine. What energy is the divine masculine feeling in regards to the goddess of endurance? The energy that the divine feminine is embodying in regards to this relationship. Okay. Okay, he got God of protection. Animus. Anubis, Anubis, number 7. God of protection. And Persephone, goddess of endurance, is number 9. So this is saying to me that you follow the guidance of the ancestors. Bottom of the deck for him, Osiris, god of transformation. And the bottom of the deck for her was Isis. So again, they're a match set. This is a match set. They're just having some difficulties right now. But again, the Isis, divine feminine, is nurturing. But right now, the divine male is feeling that he has to keep his guard up. All right, he wants to save his reputation. He wants to protect himself, protect you. He feels like he's being led to do that. And he is. He feels his actions are protective of you. Let's see. Anubis. Anubis speaks. Hello. I've stepped forward today to extend to you some healing energies of alchemy surrounding the state of the masculine. I am an avatar of the protective nature of the masculine, and it sorrows me that the feminine feels so unfamiliar with this aspect of him. Many women in your time, have not experienced the protection of the men around her enough times for it to be the connection she runs at the forefront of her thoughts. So because we're not used to this type of energy, it makes us anxious and nervous. It's something that we're not familiar with, so we don't know how to handle it, how to interpret it. First, I extend a loving embrace to her and hear her cries of pain. I'm affiliated with the energy of balance, along with protection. So I now bring our attention back to the fact that for every wounding experience by one side, the other side also has a mirrored wound. It has hurt the feminine to feel the abandonment and feelings of not being supported. It also hurt the masculine himself. The forebearers of this were living from their shadow side. The members of the patriarchy who created this energy did so out of fear and were not tapping into the true essence of themselves or of source. This was painful for them. It created a template that continued on for some time, and the ones that did not conform to this behavior and continued being protective and tender have been left to deal with the fallout. Many men carry subconscious guilt and shame and have been told by society that men hurt women and are not to be trusted. This is the cross that so many innocent men have had to bear. So he's protecting himself, protecting his reputation, trying to show you also a different. He's not actually going out of his way to show you. He's just being himself, and you're just not used to that type of energy. You may be used to him, but the way he moves, you question it because that's not what you're used to. And it's also, a defense mechanism and control mechanism in a way. Persephone speaks. I'm here to speak about a particularly powerful fragment of feminine energy related to creation. This is an energy signature that many women are being called to bring to the forefront in this era of great change. I know firsthand about this energy, and I hope that I can be a resource of strength for you as you work on developing this quality within you. A woman's threshold for endurance is extremely high, and it has been since the dawn of time. It's been like that since the dawn of time. A woman has the capacity to take what is presented to her and work her magic, to turn it into an object of magnificent beauty. A supreme example of this is childbirth. See here how a woman's endurance is extreme. I would like to refer you to my story. I turned the circumstances given to me into such a victory that I am looked upon as a figure of adaptability today. I was kidnapped and taken to the underworld, and like an alchemist, I turned that into an opportunity to claim the title of Queen of the Underworld. Through this title, I'm able to return to Earth, my true home, for 6 months of the year. I ask you to look at the situation you're currently in and see how you can use your endurance to climb your way to a title of victory, just as I did. So, there's power in your ability to have endured. And I'm being told to say that the energy that you put into enduring is the energy that you should be putting into yourself also. Not telling you not to, but if you feel like you're not being your patience, your loyalty, your love isn't being reciprocated right now, then maybe this is the opportunity for you to turn around and reciprocate some love to yourself. Because the divine masculine certainly is, in his way. He's taking care of himself. He's putting his priorities at the forefront. So that's how you're being perceived, which is not bad. You know, he's very aware of that. All right, let's see what we're going to get here from the challenge part of the deck. So this would be something that the two of you are being challenged by as a couple and separately. What is the challenge for this couple? Fear. I knew it. 6, fear. Now, earlier, I did your numbers, and you added up to 6. And 6 is numerology. And 6, in numerology, sorry. I got ahead of myself. My thoughts got ahead of my words. 6 in numerology is love. And in this deck, it's fear. But it has been said that love comes from chaos, right? Bottom of the deck, miscommunication. So something may have been said that caused the two of you to pull back out of fear, both of you. Maybe you did some investigating or whatever, but this stalemate you're at has to do with fear, a lesson about fear. Although it may seem that love is the opposite of hate, it is the fact that fear that counters love. Love is everything, the very energy that makes up every single thing in existence. And because God is everything, and everything is God, this means simplistically that fear is forgetting that you are a God. Now this is okay. It's part of being a human being, a natural part, in fact. The way to work through fear is to first feel it deeply. That would seem contrary to the traditional advice of distraction and positive focus. Yeah? The thing is, feeling it with the intention of releasing it and acknowledging it creates a different energy to letting fear run wild in your subconscious. Allowing the parts of you that are scared to have a voice is a way to release them. Start by feeling the fear. Wrap yourself in a blanket, do whatever you can to hold yourself through it. Then write a list of all the reasons why you feel scared. Then write points for each of these original reasons until you have a master list of all the subconscious beliefs, memories, and thought constructs you have surrounding this issue. You may be surprised by what you find. Once you work through this list, discovering what you are holding in your somatic memory, you'll be in a place to be able to tell yourself a new story, a new set of beliefs. Talk to the sacred parts of you. Explain as you would to a child why these fears are no longer valid. Ashe. So, perhaps what the masculine is dealing with is his fear of connection. And the way to remedy this is for him and you to enumerate why, where is the fear coming from? What does the thought of this bring up in you? Sit down and do that exercise. That might be a help to you or him. Whether he does it or not, whether you do it, I don't think you need to do it together. You could. It might be fine. It might be a good exercise to do together, actually. But, yeah, because then you can be supportive of one another. But you have to listen to what's being said and try not to interrupt, which I know is very hard. But we got to try. If you physically have to put your hands over your mouth, do it, for real. Just try to listen to the other person. Or you could write the list and read the list out loud and go through each list. Maybe that'll be an easy way to get you off, not to interrupt each other if it's written down and you're allowing the other person to read what they've written. Not psyching yourselves out. Like you're giving respect to the speaker. Good way to start. That might be a way to practice it for you and for him. Or you can make yourselves a video of it on your cell phone, right? And send it to each other. It could be private. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what is the lesson here for this relationship. For this, what is the energy that is going to help them overcome this fear? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what was that? Rebirth. Number 7. So you got 2 7s, you got 6, 2 7s, and a 9. It's a change, a rebirth. Transformation about the way you think, the way he thinks. This is fiery, isn't it? That would be Leo. Give me one moment, please. Anyway, as usual, I messed it up, so I'm going to have to try to piece this together, but we'll see. I'll figure it out. Anyway, rebirth. Oh man. Well, Bottom of the deck, even though I messed it up, shuffling it, says communion, number 11. And I saw that before when I was shuffling, so it was meant to be seen. Communion, number 11 at the bottom of the deck. So this is time together. Time together. Getting to know one another out in nature. Let's see what number 7, rebirth, is about. It's beautiful. I was saying that you all are both having that Leo energy. And Leos have very strong wills. So that's part of the clash. All right. Congratulations. Being ushered into a new phase of life. A brand new version of your former self. Being born can be a painful experience. Just like a baby exiting the warm, comforting womb, entering the world in a haze of confusion, screaming her way into the new. You may feel like you have been in a period of the old dying off, a dark night of the soul, literally gestating yourself. You're now ready to pull yourself out of the ashes of the former you and open your eyes with fresh wisdom and perspectives. Once you're ready, the fiery, regenerating energy of rebirth will come sweeping through your field, getting you prepared for new, exciting things. Help you to become the person you need to be, to make the dreams you intend to create a possibility. Can you feel it coming? With one chapter of your life closed, you are turning a fresh new page of the book of your life. A brand new chapter has a brand new version of you. You're entering a spring phase of your life, ready to grow a new harvest. What are you going to create? What are you going to grow? What action steps are you going to take? So as I was reading that, I was getting that the divine male is going through an awakening of his own, and he is getting signals from his body, from his dreams. Just the same way that you got your awakening, or going through your awakening when it first started. And you might have been startled and confused. You may not have understood what it was. You may have tried to, pull away from it. Maybe you thought you were losing your mind. You could have been all kinds of things happening. At that time for you, it's going on for him now. And the difference is maybe he feels that you are causing this, that you're putting this on him, like you're cursing him in order to get, because you've been enduring for so long. And he feels he needs to protect himself out of fear. That is it. He's afraid of your energy because you have been putting up with so much of his stuff. And now that he's starting to feel a change, he's starting to get a little superstitious, a little protective. He is somebody may be putting it in his ear, or he's just interpreting what he's feeling as doing something, juju, hex, whatever. That's how people think. That's the first thing that their mind goes to, especially if they know that you're a spiritual person. So instead of them saying, oh, maybe Spirit is dealing with me, maybe God is dealing with me, maybe I need to pay attention to what's going on, because they don't know what this feeling is and it's uncomfortable, it's not comfortable, then they will say, must be something that she's doing. She's trying to catch me. Communion. I was led to read this for you guys. The sweet bliss of union. I'm sure this will be the most sought after card within this deck. We all desire the beauty of merging with another. Communion is so desirable because it is a mini version of the experience of oneness, an outlet for giving and receiving love. There can be a freeing of shame surrounding the desire for love. In a community where we often hear people shouting, "Love oneself first," and codependence, we can sometimes judge ourselves for wanting union or to be loved with our beloved. It's okay to desire support. It is okay to desire love. It is okay to desire passion. From a human level, we are biologically driven to a belonging. From a human level, we are biologically driven to belong to a community. From the standpoint of biology, we are naturally drawn to desire a mate for survival and even to procreate to continue the survival of mankind. Why else would so many women be willing to go through childbirth? And from a spiritual perspective, we are love. We are made up of love. And it's only natural to desire an outlet to give and receive this love on a profound level. Spiritually speaking, we are one part of a separated polarity. Feminine and masculine coming together to merge back into wholeness from a state of separation. So the next time you feel guilt surrounding the desire for love, remember that that is part of being a human being and being a spiritual being. So there's no shame. There is no shame and there is no inappropriateness to your communion, to your sex, to your being together, whether you're communicating over the telephone or you're actually having a passionate moment, a passionate time. I'm getting that it may be helpful to be put more energy into the passionate you than the spiritual you when you're dealing with your masculine. Approach him at the level that he can handle right now, because he's feeling something that he needs to maybe release, and maybe he's skeptical because he's afraid of you. He's afraid of your energy, and he's interpreting your energy as you doing something detrimental to him. Excuse me, everyone. So I'm being told to tap into your feminine female side and just be nurturing. That's what they said. Be nurturing. Be nurturing. Don't let spirit let God do what God is going to do with him. You're just going to be there to embrace him and love him while he's going through it. Once he allows you to get close enough to him, that exchange of energy is profound, and it's going to be something he can feel. And he'll be able to understand it because he's going to start getting the synchronicities and getting the same things that You got the same things that I got. They get it too. It just registers slower, I would imagine. Okay, let's see. Since this conversation turned to sexual energy, it was not the plan, but always prepared because I was a Girl Scout. All right, let's see if we can get some energy. See what energy. Let's see. Maybe we can get some idea of which way we need to go in this. Okay. These are the Tower of Sexual Magic by SCOBERO. Okay, can we get a card for my Virgo, Leo cusp, and her Leo? Our divine feminine, our divine masculine in this situation. What is it that she needs to, how is it she needs to go? We got 10 of Pentacles here. 10 of Pentacles. That's happy, grounded. This is about being nurturing, like I said, enticing, comfortable with yourself, whichever way, however way you look. Allowing yourself to be allowing yourself to relax in your own sensuality. Giving of yourself, all right? Nurturing and sensual. That's what I'm getting from this energy. This is going to be what's going to make you happy. This is going to bring the happiness that you're seeking. The stability is offering more of the sensual part of you. Okay. Offering more of the sensual part of you. Not to be concerned about appearances, whether it is the way your body image. Maybe you think you need to be bigger or smaller or rounder or whatever. I don't know. Something that you may be a little uncomfortable with, that maybe is affecting the way that you interact. Maybe that you've changed over the time period of this relationship because of your own awakening, and it may be a little too much right now for where he is, and so I think you're being told to pull back on that a little bit as you're interacting with him. Okay, here we go. 8 of Wands. Yeah. So there will be some movement. He will be coming towards you quickly, passionately. And I think what it's saying is for you to be open to that passion, to offer it, to take time and focus on the relationship between the two of you, regardless of what is going on outside of you. As he's trying to protect himself because he's afraid of you. This is not being phony at all. This is just maybe lightening up a little bit right now. If you've been very focused on the spiritual aspects of your day-to-day life, even when you talk to him. I'm getting that that would be helpful if you just kind of just for a few days, a week, not gonna be forever. Just the next few interactions. If there, especially if there's going to be something that's going to end up in intimacy. Look at this. This card was at the bottom of this box when I just opened it, and I just said, let me shuffle it. Completion, 9. Yeah. He's going through his awakening. All right. This is the completion of this lesson. This is going to be the completion of the lesson. It's going to teach you how to balance your spirituality with your sensuality. And now the bottom of the deck says 55 adventure. So these are change. This is going to be change. This is going to be a change in the way you both operate within this relationship. What I'm being told is that there's going to be you're going to learn, both of you are going to learn you're not turning off your spirituality. You can't do that at all. But it's going to teach you how to be spiritual and sensual at the same time. This might have to do with Kundalini awakening and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm just learning it myself. I tell you guys that all the time. So that could be what is happening. That's what I'm being told. Trying to see what else. You know there's going to be a rebirth. And I'm telling you that the reason that he's acting the way he is because he's afraid of your power, of your sensuality, of your spirituality. And I think it's saying that the Spirit is telling me that if you just try to adjust a little bit, not even focus on anything, any problems that's going on within the relationship, things like that, just kind of be gentle with him for a little bit right now. Okay? I think that's what it's saying. To be gentle with him right now. Because he's going through an awakening, and that's why he's acting. That's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Okay? And you're tired. You've been waiting. You've been putting up with a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? And at this point, you're ready to throw in the towel on him. But even if you do that, understand not to throw in the towel on your spiritual path. Okay? Because this is not about you all as a couple only. It's about you and your service to the community, your service to mankind. All right, so we got Flames of Wisdom, Crone. I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. So this is talking about listening to advice from people like readers, listening to your spirit guides, guidance of your elders, here and in the other plane. It also talks about your own wisdom, your own inner wisdom, your experience, your own guidance that can help you work through this situation. Looking at it from a different perspective, remembering that you are the divine feminine, always. But we all know that we have a light side and a dark side. Now, there's nothing wrong. The sex is nothing dark about it, but for some people, as it said earlier in the oracle, they equate a lot of negativity with the act of even having sex. Even people who are married, that's just the way they were raised or whatever, and they have a skewed view of the role of sex within relationships. And when we're talking about twin flame, we're talking about putting the two polarities together, the negative and the positive together, to get that spark, to start that flame. So these energies, these male and masculine, feminine, these energies can be interchangeable also, depending on what we need that particular energy for. Just like sometimes you can be a Leo and other days you'll be a Virgo. This is what I'm talking about. Two cards came for you. Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light glows brighter. So again, this is about endurance. Okay, this is about being your best self, right? There's no way for you to hide who you are, because that just is who you are. But this is part of your lesson. This is part of your growth, to learn how to make people who are uncomfortable with you comfortable with you. That's what Spirit just said. To learn moderation at times in certain situations. So this is a lesson on how to control how to adjust to your audience, they just said. How to adjust to your audience. You have to baby steps sometimes. Let's see, Bridget. Bridget is, I think she's also a road of Mary Magdalene. She is one of those energies that I was talking about, where there were women who were the high priestesses, and they only had intimate relations with men of a certain stature, kings and princes, lords, property owners, priests. And I think that there was something I was reading at some point that Bridget had some of that energy too in her description. It may not be here, but it was online somewhere that I saw it. But whatever the case, that's what I was told. 162. That is the endurance. As those women waited for those soldiers and kings and lords to come back from battle. Anubis, right? That's what they were there for, to re-energize them, those men, to bring, so like, what did I say? To debrief them before they went back to work, to homes, to their lives. Bridget represents the essence of an inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. She is a goddess of the pre-Christian Ireland. She is associated with Indo-European dawn goddess and the coming of spring. She is celebrated in a Celtic festival called Imbolc that takes place halfway between winter and summer. Between winter and spring solstice. It is said that at the moment between dusk and daybreak, Bridget arose into the sky with flames like the rays of the sun blazing her hair. There is a shrine near Kildare in Ireland that is sacred to the Druids because it is believed to have been a place where Bridget's priestesses tended to her eternal flame. This is where they learned the ancient healing practices that are associated with Bridget. And this is where, in 480 CE, Saint Bridget built a monastery in honor of the goddess and created a communal and consecrated center for women's religious life and learning. Bridget is associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high rising, flames, lofty dimensions, elevated wisdom. She is said to have created a whistle for calling out from one person to another while walking through the night, which lifts the wanderer with its levity and reminds her that she's not alone. So, like one of those alarm whistles. All right. When your soul selects this card, there's a moment when you're making your way through the dark and suddenly, after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you feel a great shift begin, as if you're headed towards something new, something even brighter. Bridget is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Bridget reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Bridget's eternal flame represents the truth that light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure a thick cloud cover. When that flame that exits within us is blocked by pain or confusion. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each next day is bound to be brighter. What allows me to feel light more often every day. And the intention, your affirmation, I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, right? Each day. So I think what it's saying is that as you are doing you and as you are going through the lessons and getting more and more tools, learning more and more about your tools, your gifts, it's going to get easier for you. And it has been getting easier for you. And first of all, you need to be grateful for that. But it's also saying that he's watching, and he has been watching. He notices the change. That's what frightens him. He's not sure what's going on. And even if he says that he is, it's still frightening for him. And physically, it may be painful. He may actually be having bodily reactions, physical symptoms of an awakening. And he doesn't know what's going on. you know, and all you can do is just be informative, give him some links, so some websites, so he can start doing his research. The faster he starts to learn about this on his own, hopefully the better. It should be better for your relationship, but it's going to take time. And again, if he has other people in his ear, then that may slow it down even more. But I think you're going to see some change if you focus on him and you, the passion part of this, rather than the logistics of how it's going to happen. Just make it happen. The other card that came with Bridget was Fatima, the mother of Imans. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. So, as I said, be grateful for this experience. Be grateful for this love. Be grateful for the growth that you've had. He is being brought to the light, and it's not comfortable for him right now. You are love, and he knows that, and that's what you represent to him. Very aware of it. But he's going through some things, and he has to get comfortable with himself before he can be comfortable with you and this relationship. Even though he knows that he's drawn to it, he's questioning himself as to why. Or he may have been. But he's going to come out of that. Fatima embodies the love and fulfillment that comes from living in a state of gratitude. Okay? Fatima is considered to be the mother of Imans because of the love and the gratitude that she gave to her own family. There are many stories about her devotion and unfaltering love she provided in order to the unfaltering love that she provided in order to protect them. She never failed to defend what was sacred to her. It's said that Fatima stood up to Muhammad's successor, Abu Bakr, because she didn't feel that he was honoring her father's legacy in the way he had hoped. She lived with great stability because she knew that her love for her family gave her a solid foundation, an identity, and a clarity of response. And I said earlier when I did your numbers, you were 4. 4 is the foundation for its stability, for its structure. When your soul selects this card, we can get caught up in the ego's idea of what we need to become or what we need to achieve. Fatima is the grace that sweeps through our complex lives and reminds us that of what's core, what's solid earth to the soul, family, even if family means a few beloved friends. What matters most is the love and gratitude we bring to those who are there for us, and the love and gratitude we show when they show up for us. Nurturing, protecting, and taking care of the ones we love is a sacred occupation. There is a legacy of love that can be inherited by the whole family from such undivided attention and presence. The role of housewife or stay-at-home mom is sacred if it's chosen consciously. It is a profound contribution to raise and reconstitute the world. There is a legacy of love that can be inherited by the whole family from such undivided attention and presence. Fatima restores the significance and the importance of the spiritual path of motherhood. Fatima is also a call to step back, take a deep breath, and take inventory of how much you can be grateful for right now in this very moment. She releases you from unreal expectations of yourself, whether you are mothered a child, a friend, or yourself. Fatima helps you see again the vital role that nurture provides. She offers the perspective that says love is the family we all belong to, and the gratitude is the state of wealth we get to live in. Ashe. So, recognizing the importance of you as a nurturing person and understanding the enlightenment, the changes that your divine masculine is experiencing right now. And so he may not be in alignment with what you think he should be in. And maybe you are not trusting the things that he's saying right now for whatever reason. But I think what it's saying is that you get more flies with honey. So you can get the answers that you seek by being nurturing. Nurturing to yourself. Compassionate and nurturing when you interact with him. Focus on your family, your children, what's best for them. Because that is your spiritual path. Being their mother. So, put your focus on being more loving to yourself, try to learn to be more comfortable with your sexuality and your sensuality. Maybe this Kundalini business is something that you might be ready to tackle at this time. Do some research, Google it, see what it says. Maybe if it's something that's resonating with you at this time, okay. Maybe it might be something too to put a little oomph in your relationship. I don't know the details about that, but I'm just saying something spicy. Games, bedroom games. Things like that. They have love dice and things like that you can get. Gives you little ideas of things to do. Just let your hair down a little bit. Have some fun. Let him remind him of that side of who you are. Or showing him a new side. Okay. They just said he needs to feel that once everything is solidified and this union comes together, is he going to be dealing with someone who is so focused on their spirituality that they can't be his wife or be his partner? Come on, that old saying, lady in the streets and a freak in the bed, that kind of stuff. That's serious. There's men who really, for the most part, that's what they want. What goes on behind closed doors, it's private, but there's something that they value. But they also value their image, and so they're protecting themselves, protecting their image. And even if this is the way that you want to project your image to the world, right? And you can't help that. It's not even a want. It's just who you are. It comes off of you. It's there. Anybody who's looking is going to be able to tell, right? And they'll be able to know that you're a nurturing, loving person. What he wants, I'm hearing, is for you to be comfortable and receiving and giving within the two of you when you deal with one another. He knows who you are. He's aware of who you are. He respects who you are. He wants to know that he wouldn't be being disrespectful by expecting certain things. Is the intimacy going to change along with the spirituality? Okay. Is the intimacy going to change between the two of you as the spirituality grows? Interesting. And is it going to be a change for the better? He's afraid that it won't be. He's scared. Like he's afraid it's like that you'll be going to a convent. That's what just came to me. He feels like he's doing something wrong when he's with you. In a sense of spiritually, he doesn't feel like he is deserving or he's worthy. He doesn't think he's worthy. Well, as he goes through the awakening, he'll understand that he is very worthy and he's part of the system. He's part of this very important part of this union is the way the two of you interact. But he hasn't seen it yet because he hasn't gotten there yet. Okay, so, wow. 2 cards from the Lover's Oracle. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends time and space. Nothing is missing. So that's what he wants you to understand. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So this is a message from his spirit to yours, from his soul to you. Oh wow, how beautiful is this? And this is the Spirit's message to you. Imagine all unwanted things dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. Believe in miracles. They can happen. But he is aware of the connection. He's waking up to his gifts, and it's going to be fine. All right? So don't worry. Don't panic. Just work on being as sexy and sensual as you can be when you deal with him over the next few weeks. If you're really, really uncomfortable with it, I'm being told to tell you, make believe it's a Halloween act, you know, like just for the month, if it takes that long. So I hope that this helped you a little bit. You know, I know that you're very anxious about this entire relationship and it's been putting you through a lot, but you have a lot going for you. You just have to keep working on going forward what you're doing and being grateful, listening to the guidance that you're being given by wise women, and All right, so I'm going to get you. This is going to be long, huh? But I think that okay. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Sorry. Uh-uh. Oh, the angel answers. That'll work. Yeah, let's do that. So, formulate a question in your mind in regards to this relationship. All right, and we will see what the answer is for you from the Ansel Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue and Rayleigh Valentine, right? So let's see. Formulate a question. Okay, Spirit, please let my divine feminine this answer. Oh, look at this. No need to worry. I say, wonderful. There you go. That's what you needed. And that's what I wanted to give you. I say thank you. I say thank you, April. Thank you. Your worries and concerns regarding your question are unnecessary. God and your angels have the situation well in hand, and everything is going to turn out perfectly. Obsessing over the subject isn't helpful. The energy of fear and worry only slow the eventual manifestation of your desires. Visualize loving and happy outcomes and keep your thoughts positive. Very soon you will wonder why you were worrying about this at all. I think we got that message earlier. So I'm happy that that came. Okay, so no need to worry, babe. Everything's going to be fine. All right? Stop obsessing. Work on just being your sweetest, most nurturing, most passionate, compassionate self. Be receiving. Don't be accusatory. Just for this month. And it'll be something good for you. You'll like the way that he responds to it. It'll be like confirming for you. You know, like when you do good behavior, you'll get good. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about. You do something good, you get rewarded, and the person, you know what I'm saying, it helps continue to reciprocate, right? So you do something good, you get recognized. You do something good again, you get a little, you know, more recognized. You know, like you get ice cream, and then you do something real good, and now you get 2 scoops, and you do something nice, and your parent notices, and now they give you a little bit of sprinkles on top. Everything is gonna result in not just recognition by your divine masculine, but also recognition of the divine. They got this. You put the prayer out already. They heard you. No need to worry. I said. So, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to try to piece this together to make it one. We'll see. And I'll be talking to you real soon, all right? All right. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Be well.